She was a runaway teen until tragically investigators found her dismembered body in the back of a singer's car. Now more than 7 months after 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez was found, the singer David is charged with her murder. Prosecutors say Hernandez ran away from home, met with David, and allegedly was in a sexual relationship with him. The car the 14-year-old's body was found in last September was registered to David and was abandoned not far from his Hollywood home. David has pled not guilty. He has another court hearing today. And here now is legal affairs reporter Meghann Cuniff to talk more about this case. Thanks so much for joining me this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Meghann, the DA is confident in their case, but David's attorney says that he wants court proceedings expedited to clear David's name and see what evidence the DA actually has. I mean, the body of this young woman was, badly decomposed, too, which is a factor. What do the current charges tell you about this case?
Well, the charges say that prosecutors feel like they're ready to go. They have 40 terabytes of discovery, they said, that they're transferring to David's attorneys. He technically has a preliminary hearing scheduled this morning. I'm getting ready to go over there and see what's going on. I don't think a lot of people are actually expecting his lawyers to be ready to go through a preliminary hearing, which is when the prosecutors present their evidence and a judge will decide whether there's enough probable cause to hold him. This is kind of a unique thing in California when there's no grand jury indictment. And some people are wondering if to avoid a preliminary hearing, the prosecutors will go out and get a grand jury indictment. But the point is, he's been charged, he's in jail, and I don't think this case is just going to go away.
I know, for those who may not, though, David was a TikTok star whose viral hit is called Romantic Homicide. A while back, we had you on to talk about the case against rapper Young Thug and how his song lyrics could be used in court, fully acknowledging how very different, of course, these two cases are. Do you see David's music or content playing any sort of role here?
I think that could be very controversial. And the key nexus here will be, is there a direct connection between his music and the alleged crimes? And prosecutors will, of course, be making that argument if they think it applies. But it also could be that his music in general is off limits, that they need to find some kind of direct connection between these songs and something that they can argue in court. And if it's too vague, if it's too general, if there's not a direct connection between the songs, we might not hear that much about it. But I think all that remains to be seen. That definitely represents a big issue ahead.
The Los Angeles County medical examiner released Rivas Hernandez's cause of death just yesterday. They stated she died from penetrating injuries. First, do we know why the information was held for so long? And second, how might it be used in this case? I know we had a federal prosecutor on earlier today saying that because of the state of the body, a true cause of death may never really be known.
Yes, and there's been a lot of questions about why the report is sealed, why there hasn't been more information about the investigation. But I think it's just because there was an ongoing investigation and the medical examiner's office was under a court order not to release it. And they seem to not completely agree with that, just based on the statements that they've issued about how it's unfathomable that it took so long for the girl's parents to get answers here. But the point is, the report is now released and this case is moving forward, and I think we're going to hear a lot more about this in the coming months, and the idea that there's just no evidence against him, I think could go away.
Yeah, and you talked about those terabytes too. All right, Meghann Cuniff, legal affairs reporter, thank you as always for joining us, and I'm sure we'll be seeing you again soon.
Thank you so much.